How are we doing out there, everybody? Welcome along to another week of the old Wolfepack Live. We're in a different location tonight. We're down at the farm. Came down for a bit of a rehearsal today.
We did. We had a final rehearsal today for our actual gigs. We have actual gigs tomorrow. Real life people, gigs, talking to each other, playing songs. So we had some rehearsals today, which was fantastic. We had a photo shoot this afternoon, and then now we're here with this incredible mullet.
That is pretty exceptional.
That's incredible.
Is that a number 1 on the side?
It's like a number 0, 1 on the side.
Wow, that's short.
That is good. So that's happened.
Well, I think it's fantastic.
I did just read a message on Instagram. Someone said I can't follow you guys anymore because you have a mullet. So I don't know.
You win some, you lose some. You've got to break a few eggs to make the cake, mate.
Welcome everybody. Please, as always, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to see your comments. Tag your mates. Hit the share button. Please hit the share button. It's another Friday night. Let's do what we do best. Really excited tonight. We got Michael Waugh on, and me and you, Nick, are big fans. Big fans. This guy's songwriting, I think, is some of the best in the Australian country scene by far. Look, we're going to attempt. Well, I'm going to attempt to sing a Michael Waugh song. Now, we said to you guys last week, you have to do your homework. You have to check this guy out. This is one of my personal favourites. I know Michael's songs come from his life. And listening to this song, it really took me and you back to our personal trip to the first time we ever went to Tamworth as a family. We're driving up and, you can imagine, 4 Tasmanians driving through Melbourne, driving through Australia,
It was scary. It was a big deal for us.
A big deal.
Big family trip, Never really been out of Tassie much driving and, it's... You'll see.
So, I'm going to give it my best shot, okay? This is called Big Things.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. We start. It was a big skyrocket at the Lions Park. I could see the whole town through the bars at the top. And I counted to 10 to blast off. But I knew that we'd never leave the town. We never had holidays growing up. We were always milking and always broke. And all Mama wanted was a suntan. She took Dad into driving up to Queensland. Lived in my country from the back of the car. Saw a big pineapple, big koala, flying up the hill to the big guitar. I come from a little place, and I've seen a lot of big things. If you want a family fight, here's a recipe. Put the 2 of us boys in a cram back seat and drive for a day to Sydney. Get Mum to read a map, get Dad to tow Dan through the city. Every road leads to the harbour bridge. Hey Tracy! Every bugger's in the lane you want to move in. So many one-way streets in this damn town, and you can't hang a Huey with a caravan. Met in my country on the back of a car, saw a big pineapple, a big koala, so much fruit made of fiberglass. I come from a little place, but I've seen a lot of big things. We feel the camera rolling down the spot, down the coast. So many family pics standing awkwardly posed in front of big things. When we got back home, the cows were waiting for Dad. Mum's sunburn faded and she never turned. Then I went back to the rocky part, and I took another look at my town from the top. I saw Dad's overalls in the laundry floor, blackened and singed from an SES core. Saw Mum in her gumboots in the living room, trying to sweep out the river with a Kmart broom. I seen the kitchen bench full of casserole dishes where the neighbour had bought when my mum got sick. I've seen a big fire, seen a big flood. I've seen a little town with a great big heart. I know that this rocket won't ever launch, but there are big things here about flying up north. I come from a little place, but I've seen a lot of big things. I come from a little place, but I've seen a lot of big things. From a big skyrocket at the Lions. I love that song. We did all right. I don't know if it was a great job, but we did.
I feel like it's a lyric you really need to say correctly. I think you did pretty well, but
I think you did pretty well. Look, when you listen to Michael's stuff, the lyrics are just so visual, and they take you so many amazing places. And it's been one of my great. Well, you got me onto Michael. You said you need to listen to his stuff. And I went through a big Michael Waugh phase. You did.
Unfortunately, your phases usually end in me not liking the artist.
Luckily, this one didn't.
Fortunately, in this case, that's not the case.
So, look, we're really lucky to have Michael Waugh with us tonight. If the internet gods are with us.
They'll be with us, mate.
They'll be with us. Welcome, Michael. Hey, mate.
Oh, boys, you just made me so happy. How good was that? I can't believe you were thinking about my mum and dad having a fight over the bloody Sydney Harbour Bridge. That was fantastic.
So let's just set the scene. A lot of your stuff is true. Now, that is a true story of your life, literally going on a holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as it says in the song, we grew up as dairy farmers, so there was not a lot of holidays to be had and not a lot of money to take us on a holiday, even if we did have time to do it. And one winter, Mum was kind of looking sideways at Dad and gave him the impression that if he didn't take her on a holiday, he'd have to find somebody else to go down into the milking shed with him. And so picked up the caravan and off we went. And I was kind of like 13, 14, just in time for all of that hormonal sort of like angry youth stuff to start kicking in. And me and my two little brothers, and it was, giving each other corks in the back seat and, blaming each other for the farts. And like, it was pretty gnarly one. But that I was traumatized for most of my young adult life about Sydney because of how many fights we had, because it was terrible. How many one-way streets does one town need, really?
Well, you haven't been to Launceston or Hobart, mate. That is just... Launceston is like this one-way street. It's like a loop. You have to drive a loop to literally go one block over. You've got to drive halfway around the city. Not having you go at the lovely people of Launceston or yourself, but I'm just saying, city planning wasn't that well thought of. That's all I'm saying.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, so that song, that was what how I first discovered you. Saw that on CMC, and I was just blown away because it was just literally, you just basically said the exact story of our first trip to Tamworth.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Mum, and I said, didn't really say anything. I just said, just listen to this. And then, 5 minutes later, text back, oh, this is amazing. This is just like our trip to bloody Tamworth. So yeah, no, you absolutely bloody nailed it. I'm sure a lot of people would relate to that. Bloody amazing idea to spin that in like big things, like I mean, you are a lyrical genius, but who would it takes a great mind to make amazing songs about the big koala and the big pineapple.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Well, it's lovely of you to say, because honestly, when I got that message from you, I thought it was someone doing one of those Facebook scam things, and you're about to try and sell me. So it was lovely to work out that it was actually you, and so thank you, because it means, like, it's lovely when people kind of connect to your music and go, that story or that song reminds me about my story. But when it's in other songwriters, like that means the world. So thank you, and it really did give me a buzz hearing you guys do that song. Thank you.
Well, I don't know if we did it that well, but we had a go.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you listen to your music, I feel like we know your life story.
Yeah.
I feel like when I met you in real life in Tamworth earlier this year, like I already felt like I knew you because your lyrics are so real and so about you. But maybe tell us a bit like about your sort of background and stuff for those of us here who aren't so familiar yet with you.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose like most young guys, I kind of wanted to be rich and famous and play music for all of my life. And then in my early 20s, I became a dad and decided it was time to get a haircut and a real job. Not quite as good as Tom's haircut, but decided to get a haircut nonetheless. You said it's a number one. It looks more like number two to me.
Up here, look at that. That's very. It's
beautiful.
I think that's the receding. That's the receding line. I think
it doesn't grow there.
So I got a full-time job as a teacher, and I love it. I still teach full-time. It's one of the greatest jobs in the world. But about 10 years ago, my family was going through a really tough time. My mum got sick. My son was going through a tough time, and kind of I turned back to music, picked up an acoustic guitar, and nearly gave myself lockjaw from touching strings that had been like rusting there for years, and started writing again. And I think because I kind of didn't care about any of the fame and fortune stuff, because I was complete in my life. It was just about writing about what I cared about and what I knew. And one of those first songs that I wrote was called Hayfield Girl, which was about my mum and the little country town that she grew up in. And we grew up in the neighbouring town. So it was like no one had ever written a song about Hayfield before, and I kind of realised how much music there was in our pubs and rivers and hills. Like I've written songs about the hills in the middle of my hometown, and the more that I've written about where I come from, the more people from Tasmania, Western Australia, anywhere sort of go, it's like you're telling my story too. And I think it's something that Americans are really good at. They're really good at kind of going, this is my community, this is my culture. And I'm glad that I'm part of this country music tradition that does the same for our culture.
Yeah, very true.
I remember when we played. So you're from Maffra, is that correct? I remember when we played late last year in Sale, and I was driving. I was like, oh yeah, wow, seeing all these signs and place names that I was listening to you a lot at the time. I'm like, oh, this must be up here, and I really wanted to go and get a pie from the Maffra Bakery. I hear they're pretty good, as you say in your songs. So
best bloody pies in the world. Did you try them?
No, we didn't end up
Didn't quite get there. Didn't quite.
Yeah.
So okay, look, we've got this video we want to play because I think this is if you haven't seen Michael do his thing, not us kind of half do it.
Yeah,
we're going to play this video and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk. We're going to touch about. So this is Be There.
Yeah, so this is a new single, but like I was going to do it live like you fellas, but I'm operating off a Commodore 64 that's being powered by a hand, so we had to record beforehand.
Sure,
all good.
Sure, all good.
Let's take a look.
Let's check this out.
When I get the call at 2 a.m. I put on my t-shirt inside out when I get out of bed, just to be there. And I look for the car keys on the floor somewhere under my undies, trying to make sense of the dark and the cold and the dirty laundry just to be there. And I stumble to the car so I can get to where you are. There'll be hours on the drive to rehearse the things I'll say to make it better. When I've driven all the distance away, you should know that you're not in this alone. I'm gonna have your back wherever you go. If it gets cold, though a little rain comes to us all, and I'm gonna have your back wherever you go. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Whenever you're in trouble, I'm gonna be there. Serve on coffee and a packet of shapes to fuel me, and a song from the 80s playing on the radio reminds me that I got to be there. And the red tail lights lead me down the road. There's a long white line ahead screaming in Morse code. Well, you gotta be there. And I'm driving in my car so I can get to where you are. Gives me hours on the drive to rehearse the things I'll say to make it better. When I've driven all the distance away, you should know that you're not in this alone. I'm gonna carry your back wherever you go. If it gets cold, though a little rain comes to us all, and I'm gonna carry your back wherever you go. La 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 la. La da 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 da. Whenever you're in trouble, I'm gonna be there. When the road is long, when your heart is heavy, when you're looking for a place to take a rest but you can't see any, I'll be there. You should know that you're not in this alone. I'm gonna have your back wherever you go. If it gets cold, though a little rain comes to us all, and I'm gonna have your back wherever you go. La 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 da 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 da. Whenever you're in trouble, I'm gonna be there.
Beautiful.
Mate. How'd you get from
my mate who's filming at the end going, nice.
how'd you get from the kitchen to there so quickly? No,
I just ran.
mate, yeah, like you see the comments coming through there, really great. Like, I love so many of your songs. One of my favourite lyrics is a song called "This Song Reminds Me," and I believe the lyrics are, "This song reminds me when you and I got really pissed. We took the old man's quad bike out and crashed it into an irrigation ditch."
Yes.
Now I got to ask, is that a true story?
Definitely. It was New Year's Eve, and there was like all of these, like, I should know this, but the back paddock was laser graded and had all of those divots where you keep the water in when you're irrigating.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And we thought that it was a good idea when we were hammered at about 2 o'clock in the morning to take Dad's bike out, because Mum and Dad were out for the night. And we were like, my mate's on the back and we're like riding over these divots, and then we got to one and didn't realise it was the edge of the dam. And so it went there, and the bike went woo, and landed on top of an electric fence with the front half in the sand and the back half out. So then so my mate and I are trying to lift it off the electric fence, going because we were and the next day I had a hangover and Dad to contend with. It was not good.
Yeah,
not good, mate. Not good.
Not good.
All.
Nothing worse when you're hungover and you've got an angry parent. How did your ute? Why is there these skid marks up the road? And why is your ute parked weirdly in the driveway?
Remember when Brody? Remember when Brody was doing a burnout or something and drove into that tap?
Yeah, we've
up
got
the driveway. Yeah, that was amazing.
Side of our driveway, we've actually got irrigation pipes for some of our fruit and berries and stuff. And Brody thought one night in his Hilux it would be a great idea to do a burnout, and then that burnout got out of control and smashed into like one of the main sort of stop taps.
Yeah, right.
So we had to ring my uncle up, who's like the plumber, to like come up at like 2 a.m. and like turn the tap off before we lost all the water. That didn't go down too well.
No. But I think Brody was just getting me back because I think the very first time I ever went to Brody's house, I crashed his paddock basher into irrigation pipes again. It was a combination of a tree stump and then into irrigation pipes. So good. Really good.
Michael, I've got to ask, your songs are so picturesque, and obviously it's so you, and that's what Nick said it so well before. Listening to your stuff, I feel like I know you because I've heard it in your songs. But what do you listen to? Like, if you're, what's your sort of music you're kind of into? What do you love?
I actually I really love Jason Isbell. Like that man can write a bloody song, and so that's kind of right up there. But recently, and I shouldn't say this because I'm one of those artists who's like dependent on Spotify for the 0.003 cents that I get per play. But I really love the experience of just discovering new music through Spotify playlists. Like there's a great, I think it's called The Pulse of Americana. Because I love those three songs. That's what I was raised with, and it's kind of taken me on journeys to discover lots of really, really great people. So yeah, I can't. And now that you've got me on the spot, I can't name any of them. But
no, but I know what you're saying, and I totally agree. Like I wish Spotify did probably pay artists more and look after artists maybe a little better. But you're so right. The discovery of the music and how easy it is to actually discover music,
it certainly takes the barrier away that once was there. Like it used to be hard to pick. Like I think of even a few years ago, just to get a Jason Aldean CD.
Oh, that was
you had to order it from America, and that's a full mainstream thing.
But now. You have that discovery of I listened on that playlist, and it means that you can then go and support that artist by buying tickets to the show.
Absolutely. And I think we've definitely found that ourselves, and people have discovered us on whether it be Spotify or whatever. Then they've come to the show or bought merch, and that's good because the lights are on. So let's keep them that way.
Mate, let's talk about some of your songs because they're just such great stories. I'd just like to hear some of the yarns behind them.
Sure.
What do we think? Search Party is always sort of intriguing.
Right. Well, I had this because the record is called The Weir, so I already started writing quite a few songs for that album, and I got this message, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning from a group of strangers that I'd never met before. And they were sitting at the edge of Glen Maggie Weir. There's a circle of fold-up chairs, and this they were taking a selfie, and they're all kind of stubbies in hand, and they're just from a stranger, and all it said was listening to Michael Waugh at the Weir, and that was it. And it was just imagining what those guys were listening to, and it's one of those I do often write very personally, and it was kind of I think we've all had those parties where something was a little bit not right, and no one's in the fit state to kind of work out how to fix it, and so everyone kind of sort of making strange decisions about how to fix it. So that's kind of the personal experience part of it. But really, the inspiration for the song was just that selfie of these strangers and just wondering what they were listening to, what they did, what they got up to. So yeah, it's unfortunately not one of the true stories.
Well, it sounds like something we'd do up the lakes.
Yeah, we've got some friends who've got a shake in the Lake Country, Tasmania, and I'm listening to it going like, I've actually lived this story before. I know these people. So
someone had actually written on their fridge. I was talking to this guy the other day on radio, and he was saying that there's a line from that, like somebody lights a dart and strips down to his birthday suit. He loved that line from the song so much that he's written it in indelible marker on his fridge. So,
fantastic. Yeah, another one I love of yours is Footy Trip.
Yeah,
really cool.
Well, I know it's hard to believe, mate, but like, given this physique, but I'm not much of a sportsman. And so, and the only time I really I wrote that whole Asphalt and the Oval record is about, I think about 5 songs that are about football, because where I grew up, football was like a religion. And I'm deeply useless at it. The only time I went to a Catholic primary school, so like I was taught how to play football by nuns, and there was this one particular
but it's downhill from there. It's downhill from there, isn't it?
I know, but I didn't kind of understand this game because the other kids are a lot more athletic than me, and I saw what it seemed to me was the object of the game was to grab someone and chuck them on the ground. So I saw my opportunity, and there was this guy, and he was not moving very fast, which worked well for me. And he had the ball, which was the other thing that I guess was the object of the game. So I spin tackled this kid, but he was taking a free kick at the time. So, so that's the extent of my football experience. So Footy Trip is actually about my brother, who both my brothers are pretty good sportsmen. And so I got to be designated driver on the bus ride for my brother's Bucks do, which was full of balls, pretty much. So I was the driver at the front of the bus rather than than one of the people playing Mary at the back.
Sure. But, now look, I just want to employ people. If you haven't heard these songs, check them out. They are a constant in my car. They've been a constant this week. The Weir album, I love the song The Weir. I absolutely love. You've got the Maffro Bakery just down the road from us is the Bush Bakery, and I love the line. The pies at the Maffro Bakery are famous all over the world. And I would listen to that, and I was like, they're not quite as good as the Bush Bakery here in Leslievale, Tasmania. Pretty good, but they're not that good.
I don't know. There's a meat to pastry ratio.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So you kind of fit more in. They don't like. I'll back up our pies against yours any day.
Yeah. No. It's all right. We're on. We'll do.
You are the king. I just want to ask you. You're definitely the king of the third verse.
Twist. Yeah. Someone once called me the M. Night Shyamalan of country music.
Man, there's some hard-hitting third verses in your music, mate. It's really, really amazing. Do you write the third verses first and work backwards, or does it just sort of happen naturally?
I think honestly, like my writing, I don't. And probably it's the same for you, but I don't work to a formula. It's like every song kind of has its own journey into the world, and sometimes it is an idea about the story that I want to tell, but sometimes it's that's where the story leads me, and sometimes it's about it's where it's trying to create the experience for the listener about what the emotional impact is for the person in the middle of it. So for me, like when I wrote Little C Word about my brother, like the twist in that is like the twist in your guts that you get when you get that news about someone that you love. Yeah. And the thing that I love when I play that song is that like people, there's kind of laughter at the beginning because they go, "Where's this going?" Yeah. And then you realise that the obscene word is not the one that you think that it is. Yeah. And it kind of takes the listener into and it's kind of like laughing at the beginning, and often like people are kind of really moved by the end, and that's a lovely, to go. Well, that was my experience at that moment too. So
yeah. Well, incredible, mate. Look, I employ people to just.
I reckon, next big car trip you've got where you're driving by yourself, put on Michael Waugh and
thank us later.
Thank us later for that. It'll take you to
amazing places.
It'll take you to Mafra in your mind, the Sale, to the Sale Greyhound track. It'll take you there.
Oh, mate, I'm glad you mentioned that. My dad was president of the Sale Greyhound Club, and he passed away earlier this year. And
I'm sorry about that, mate.
No, it's all good. Like most of my songs are about in tribute to my family in one way or another. So it's like hopefully people will listen. They'll get to know my mum and dad a bit too. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Absolutely,
I do. I feel like I know them, and incredible stuff. And it reminds me of I think similar things to us growing up, small town farming community. I listen to it and I just see the parallels, and I think most Australians will find that listening we're all really similar. I think we're a lot more similar than people give us credit. So
that's right. Yeah.
Incredible, mate. Look, next time we catch up, drinks, dinner, it's all on us, and we would love to. I know you don't do co-writing, do you?
I don't. As long as the haircuts are not on you, I'll be right.
Maybe you can just write us like the Weir. Write us like a Weir or a big thing. So that'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
If you do that, then
Appreciate
great.
it.
No, mate, thank you so much, and love your stuff, and just appreciate your time, and thank you so much for the music, mate, because I know we just absolutely love it. So thank you so much for the music, and we'll catch up soon. Have a beer.
That'd be great. Thanks, boys. See you later.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. What a bloody gentleman.
Oh,
what a
guy.
gentleman that man is. Oh man, that was what a great. I just employ people to listen to songs. They're so good. So good. So good. All right, well, cheers. If you just joined us, welcome. Yeah. Welcome to Wolfepack. We're down south, we're on the farm. Dogs are going crazy outside at possums, so that's good.
Good.
I got a mullet.
There's a lot on.
We got a gig tomorrow night, first time in months.
The one tomorrow evening is sold out.
7:30 show sold out. 5 o'clock show's like it's gonna probably go really close, or if not sell out. So that's tomorrow night. A few tickets at 5 o'clock. Final rehearsal today was great.
It's just going to be so nice just to play some music. I mean, we're playing music now, but to people who are in the room with us, and
does help.
And with the boys, it's great to catch up and
absolutely
jam stuff. So,
what are we doing?
Well, I always sort of never know what to do on these.
I don't do that.
So, my wife Tani suggested that we play "Take It Easy" by the Eagles.
Right.
And I said, "Well, yeah,
all right,
that sounds pretty
good." Hit the share button, leave us a comment. Let's go.
Trying to loosen my load, I got 7 women on my mind. For the one who owned me two, the one who stole me once, she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Lighten up while you still can, don't even try to understand. To make your stand, take it easy. I'm standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, and a flatbed Ford slowing down and taking a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe, 'cause I gotta know if your sweet love's gonna save me. We may lose and we may win, but we may never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in. I'm losing my load, got a world of trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover that won't blow my cover, but she's so hard to find. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gotta take it easy. Gotta take it easy. 4, 5, hey, Mike. It's not totally right, but. And we missed that bit at the start where it has an extra, like, 2 beats or something. You know?
I don't think people are too. Are you worried? I'm not worried.
Yeah. Eagles, gotta love the Eagles. So good. So good.
That was fun. It's nice to play together.
It is. Yeah.
I saw a comment there. We're gonna say hi to Albert. Hi, Albert. See you tomorrow night.
Matt.
Gigs tomorrow night. It is nice to play together again. I forgot that I have to sing harmonies sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's the thing
You do that?
do that for a living. What else are we gonna do? What's everybody saying? Can we go to the comments? Let's have a look at what these lovely people are saying.
Here we go.
I can't wait to see you guys live again. I can't wait to play live again. Glenn's not worried. See, Glenn's not worried that we didn't know the exact whether we finished on the minor chord.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, or the major or whatever.
We appreciate that.
What else did we play? Why don't we do the other one we did?
Okay. This is a throwback to our
Playing weddings
wedding cover band days.
in black suits.
Whoa! Here where we go. Days when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and running, skipping and jumping in the misty morning fog. Our hearts thumping, you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Now whatever happened, you staying so slow, going down the old mine, the transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind the rainbow's wall, laughing and running, all along the waterfall with you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la? So let's hear it down. It's your moment. You didn't need to turn up.
I didn't.
So hard to find my way. Now I'm on my own. I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back then, oh. Sometimes overcome thinking about it. Making love in the green, green grass. And I'm steady on with you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. You remember when we used to sing sha la 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 la.
Just like that.
Sha la 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 la. Yeah, with you, my brown-eyed girl. You my brown-eyed girl. Baby, you my brown-eyed girl.
Oh, that was. I really enjoyed that.
That took me back to the, you know, the function centers.
It took me back to
and the
bridezillas. If we ever played at your wedding, you went no, but they were pretty good. They were pretty good.
No, we didn't have too many bridezillas. Just a couple of moments. Yeah.
So what's everybody up to this Friday night? Anything exciting? We love your covers, but can you do a Wolfe Brothers song? No.
Nah, we don't do
We
that.
don't. We don't want
do
it. No, we'll do one of
yeah,
ours.
Sure.
Maybe we could do a song. You know how we've got the albums? Maybe we could do one off them.
Oh, those albums we had.
What do you think? I was actually going to suggest we could do Storm Rolling In together. What's your thoughts? Yeah. You weren't there? Okay, where were you?
Look, I don't know. What songs do we have? What we could do? This could be a fail. Haven't done it for a while.
You thinking that Nothing But Trouble?
No.
Been a while. Anything could happen.
For sale sign on the tin of black glass. About to look rough, but I knew it'd be fast. Had just enough cash for that WB. It was nothing but trouble, I have to agree. The old man called me crazy when I pulled into the drive. When I told him what it cost me, you know I'm lucky I'm alive. It was up on the box, more than out on the road. Yeah, I was younger, but I really should have known there was nothing but trouble. Sometimes you gotta learn it all the hard way, my way. That's the kind of lesson you learn when it's nothing but trouble. Got to a scrap in a western bar. A lot of words said, might have went too far. I could see hell burning in his bloodshot eyes. I put down my beer and stepped outside. I threw a lot of punches, took a lot more on the chin, and I knew I'd never win it, but it sure beats feeling in. And every guy's gonna have his day. I know I couldn't, should've walked away. It was nothing but trouble. Sometimes you gotta learn it all the hard way, but my way. That's the kind of lesson you learn when it's nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Fine, so fine with that red dress on, and platinum blonde. Would have crawled through glass with just one kiss. So when we wound up out the back, how could I resist? I lost all control when I saw her hand. I know I really should have seen that wedding band. There was nothing but trouble. Sometimes you gotta learn it all the hard way, my way. That's the kind of lesson you learn when it's nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. it's good.
That was fun.
That's
I
good.
enjoyed that. We haven't played that.
I need to
in
bring
ages.
that back.
It's fun to play on bass. Can we do? Please, no. Can I have a shout out? Hey, Edward Thomas, how you doing, mate?
Hey, mate.
Hope you're well. Be good. Play No Breaks. I've sent a few for.
No breaks, eh?
What do we do a bass solo?
Okay, we'll do no breaks and you can do a bass solo.
Okay,
Right?
you guys want to do a bass solo?
So you know what key it's in?
I'm doing a bass solo, no breaks. Right.
So you're in A minor.
Yeah. Okay. We're in A minor.
Do you know music?
Could be the worst version of this song you'll ever hear.
You're dangerous, can't seem to keep racing through my mind. I'm 0 to crazy, stuck in overdrive. Yeah, I've seen Daytona and them Talladega nights, but just one look you have been falling at the speed of light. Girl, when you turn it up, you know how to turn me on. Baby, I can't get enough. You got me too far gone. There ain't no slowing down. You know it's way too late. Can't turn my heart around. This thing ain't got no brakes. This thing ain't got no brakes. That black dress, them blue eyes, that come and give me a smile. That kiss on your lips, fingertips that drive me wild. I can't help but give in with this buzzing on my brain. I kinda get the feeling I'll never be the same, yeah. Girl, when you turn it up, know how to turn me on. Baby, I can't get enough. You got me too far gone. There ain't no slowing down. You know it's way too late. You turn my heart around. It's the bass solo. Oh my God. One taste and I'm wasted on what you got. Am I falling? Am I flying? Don't make it stop. Girl, when you turn it up, you know how to turn me on. Baby, I can't get enough. You got me too far gone. There ain't no slowing down. It's way too late. Can't turn my heart around. This thing ain't got no brakes. This thing ain't got no brakes. Yep, yep, yep. Everybody know. Yeah.
That was fun.
That went some different places, didn't it?
It did, but that's the first time, and probably the only time you'll ever hear No Breaks with on the bass line.
I enjoyed it. To be honest.
It wasn't the worst thing. At least I played in the right key.
That's always good.
Now, folks, some big news. New single has been released with Lee Kernaghan.
Yes.
Lee has released a single off his last album, song you wrote with him.
Yeah.
We've played it live. You guys would have heard it a lot, but Till It Ends is now out. It's an official single. Really excited to tell you that a music video is coming. Actually, we're going to sit here after this and watch an edit of the film clip on my ridiculously new big TV that I bought. I've spent. Has anyone out there ever been to buy a TV? You know, renovated this house, thought I'm going to get a new TV, and then the salesman gets you and then just completely.
He got you.
He got me. He got me.
It's big. We're looking at it here.
It's big. It's about the same size as that curtain. Anyway,
it's not far off.
But we're going to do No Breaks. So there's going to be a music video coming to that. So we thought tonight that would be a good place to wrap up the.
I think it'd be great. Yeah.
Tomorrow night, gigs happening, live show. Just want to say how much we appreciate you tuning in. And a big thanks again to Michael Waugh. He is such a gentleman, such a lovely guy, and I implore you to go out and check it all out. My wife just said I was buying that TV. He got me hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, it was. So Till It Ends.
We'll do it in G?
We'll do it in the key of G.
Okay.
So, go check it out. They request it at your local radio station. Till it ends.
It's been fun, it's been great. Yeah, I know it's getting late. Gonna do the other verse? And I'll soon be telling us it's time to go.
Such a shame we had to part. It's like we only made a start. And all that I am saying is I reckon we'll be staying
till it ends, till it ends, till the sun comes round again. We ain't going nowhere, we're just hanging in. First to come, last to leave, that's the way it's gonna be. And I'm not sure when we'll be back again. So we'll just be right here till it ends.
We got high, we got sober, we got drunk, we got sober. Then we turned around and we did it all again. That's right.
Won't give up, we're good at, we'll wear out that welcome mat. 'Cause there ain't no need for closure, you know it's never over till it ends, till it ends, till the sun comes round again. We ain't going nowhere, we're just hanging in. The first to come, last to leave, that's the way it's gonna be. And I'm not sure when we'll be back again. So we'll just be right here.
Do it. Night, friends.
Till it ends, till it ends, till the sun comes round again. Come on! We ain't going nowhere, we're just hanging in. The first to come, last to leave, that's the way it's gonna be. And I'm not sure when we'll be back again. So we'll just be right here till it ends, till it ends, till it ends, till it ends.
Thank you. Good night. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great week. We can't wait to be playing live again tomorrow night. We're going to take as many photos and do as many videos for you as we can. Love you. We appreciate you. That has made me want to do a gig more than ever. Love to Victoria. We'll see you soon. Hey, all the best, guys. Have a great